Alright, I'm not gonna waste your time. These are quickly the 8 reasons why you will not have children. Number one is that your wife will not want to have children. Why? Because she's been conditioned by society to chase a career first, and then if she thinks you're like someone worthy of having like mostly your wife will not even like be attracted to you because that's how like her mindset is, and you'll be like a little beta cuck who can't like get any attraction from her. So you won't have children because of that, because she won't want children. And no matter what you do, how desperately you want children, you will not be able to. Why? Because you're already married. You're like, oh, I want to have children. She's like, no, 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 and like you can't even like go outside of your marriage, like because that's out of the question. So that's the first reason. The second reason is that you will never get married. Again, for most girls in the modern era, most like for them most guys don't even qualify, like they're not even attractive. So like if I had a 100 girls and out and 100 guys in front of them, they will all be liking like only 10 guys, so it won't be an equal match where everybody has a partner. So what that says is that if you do not get your life sorted, if you do not become that kind of a person that is in demand, you will not get married because you won't be able to find find a wife. There have been real life examples to prove what I'm saying. In my own like circle, there are so many guys I know making good money, job, everything, but they can't get married. Like they are struggling to find girls because they are complete losers. Just making money, like in the olden days it was simple. Like get a degree, get a job, make sure the job is stable, make sure you have like this much in savings or whatever, 1 crore savings, 50 lakh saving. But now it's different. Why? Because that's not enough. Social media has corrupted these girls to want more, to expect more out of their husbands. Before the modern age, people looked for role mates, not soulmates. What do I mean? Role mates are basically like, okay, I'm the guy. I have to do my role by making money, providing for the family, and the female's role is to raise the children, take care of the home, etc. It was role mates before because the priority of life was survival. If you don't, as man and woman, do your roles, you will not survive. As a female, you will not have a child, and as a male, you will not be able to have a child to continue your generations. Now, when survival is out of the question, everybody has their survival needs met. Food is there on the table, this and that, everything is there. Now it's about soulmates. So all this extra bullshit comes in. Oh, he should make me feel like this. He should take me to travel here. He should buy me this. It's like an extra layer which is not necessary, but it is the reality of the world we live in today. So you need to be the kind of person that can provide all these things to a woman if she wants them, because this is the harsh reality of the world, because nobody else will like you. Like I know like all these 28, 29 year old people, they are making good money, but like when they're looking for a wife, they just can't find them. Like it's not like the girls are rejecting them basically, and it's because they're losers. Like apart from making money, they bring nothing to the table. They've never had a girlfriend in their entire life, so they don't know how to talk to girls. They just sat on their little IT jobs, like on the computer all day, JavaScript, this and that bullshit, and and they don't get girls because of that. And the girls can sense it. They're like, this guy has money, but I'll have to live like a loser if I marry this person. Number three, your sperm is defective. I dare you right now, go to a lab, jack off, and put your sperm in that little petri dish and look at it under the microscope, bro. Your sperm literally, they're all retarded, bro. Like they have two they have two heads, two tails, all this like weird, like retarded. You know how you see like a hey, get out of my video, bro. Get out of my video, bro. They have two heads, two tails, or one tail, two heads, all this, or like they have a head but it's like broken into two. So like so basically like think about this. Let's say you're like trying to have kids. Everything is sorted. You have a wife, she's ready to have kids, you want kids. But like one of these retarded motherfuckers like gets into the egg. What's gonna happen? the child is gonna die like instantly, or it'll come out retarded, like some brain disease or something. So you will have a child, but it'll not be the child you want. It'll be a goblin. Or we've seen a rise in like premature deaths or something like that. So that's also a case when your sperm is defective, the child is not born like healthily, so you are to blame for that. Number 4 is your sperm count is too low. And we all also know this, like in the last many decades, average sperm counts in males has been going down. And there are many reasons for this, mainly environmental and societal, where the masculine spirit has been removed from like men in general. And environmental factors, plastic everywhere. I'm inhaling plastic as we speak, like this chair right here is plastic, and believe it or not, like it breaks down, plastic breaks down into microplastics, and it's in the air, it's in the environment, and that has a huge estrogenic effect which causes sperm count to go down, right? When I'm typing on my computer, the keys are plastic. I'm drinking out of plastic cups, this and that, plastic is everywhere. And it's not just about plastics, there's other things like, you know, the pesticides, the perfumes that we use, everything. The increased screen time, the docileness of the common person, where he just sat on his bed all day and on his phone, all these things cause sperm count to go down. Number 5 is that your girl will be infertile. We've seen that throughout the past decades that stress in a woman is detrimental in terms of reproductive abilities and all. And stress in women has been going up. Why? Because they're like working in a shitty job just to make money. Now it's a sad reality. Most of these girls have to work because they have to make money, because one income source is not enough in these days. If you're like an average person, the money that your soul husband is bringing in, if you're in your early 20s, you're gonna have to basically work as a woman, and that causes stress and that causes infertility. You can search this up, I'm not making this up. You can search the infertility statistics in women and in men. It's a common trend. With men it's environmental factors and societal factors. With women it's like self-imposed stress and all this work and all this bullshit. Number 6 is that you will not be able to afford a child. Even if you have this child, because of the monetary concerns, you will not like even if you want a child, you won't actually have one, because you're scared of the monetary commitment that you have to give to this child. Like people say, again, now I have two arguments for this. I understand people are genuinely making less money and they genuinely do not want that extra burden of having a child, which might put strain on their finances. But again, all like I hear girls especially say this, oh, having a child is so expensive. I say, bitch, listen, you spend 50,000 rupees every week on clothes, on shopping, on girls' night out, all this other stuff. You're telling me you can't afford a child while you are spending on makeup and all this garbage on Instagram, all this bullshit, or photo shoot in an airplane, or 20,000 per hour. It's a hypocrisy. Like it's complete hypocrisy. Like having a child is not expensive, because what does it need? It needs food, which is free at the start, if you know what I mean, and it needs diapers. And even like if you can't afford diapers, just wrap it in a napkin. Like as simple as that. You you don't need anything beyond that. But again, I understand it can genuinely be a cost thing for many people. So in that case, you will not be able to have children. Number 7, let's say you have a child, let's say you're happily married, but then your wife realizes, oh, I don't like this beta cuck anymore, let me leave him. And so she goes to court, she's like, I want custody of my child. And you will not be able to keep your child, or rather even see your child ever. That may be extreme, but just imagine you have a child and you are allowed to see it 2 to 3 times per week. And that too for 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever the court decides. So think about it. Right now, if you give birth to a child, the child isn't even technically yours. The child belongs to the government, because they can decide how much time you get to spend with your child, which is a sad reality. Like, we know divorce rates are going up, and that is something you should genuinely be scared of. Even if you do everything right, your girl will just one day switch and she's like, oh, I don't want this guy. And then she'll leave you, and then the child is no longer yours. So, even if you do have a child, it's no longer yours. Number 8 is also a very sad reality where you have a child and you are living in the same roof, but they don't even talk to you, they don't even call you, they're not even yours. How is this possible? Because of social media. Like, modern kids have been consumed by their smartphones, this and that, bad behaviors. It's like, I have a child, but the child doesn't even talk to me. Why? Because he's too busy, like, in his own world with his social media bullshit, this and that. And you might fall into this category. Like, how much time did you like spend with your parents in the last few weeks or months? uh, I would like to say a majority of us are not spending like lots of time. It's because we are too consumed with our own world, which was not the case 50 years ago or 100 years ago. So applying that same logic to yourself, you will have children, they will be under the same roof, but they will all be in their separate rooms, in their little corner on their bed, and they'll be using their smartphones and maybe coming out to have food, maybe not. uh, and that'll be the situation, and that's the eighth and final point. Now I've presented to you all the different problems, and it all comes down to a solution which you are looking for desperately. And my closest solution, so a solution for many of the points, is just basically your wife loving you essentially, so she doesn't divorce you, so she actually wants to have kids, so she doesn't have to work in a career, so she's not infertile. Most of these points can be covered with money. If you're gonna make enough money, your wife problems will are likely to go down. Now there's people who divorce even if they're rich, etc. But you remove many of the points if you have money basically, and you have the personality, and then you have basically you're good with women. That will increase your chances of having a child. Next would be to tackle your own fertility problems. Don't mess up by drinking from plastic. Live a healthy lifestyle. Don't eat all this junk food, because it's more serious than you think. Like, out of, let's say if we are 100 viewers right now, 25 of us will not be able to have children. That is statistically true right now. And as we'll get older, the statistics are probably higher. So it'll be 33 out of 100 won't be able to have children because of the environment and how we're living. Or we're using all these chemicals in our food, the pesticides, the emulsifiers, the preservatives in the food, all these uh, non-organic substances, which is causing infertility to rise. So what you want to do as a priority, if you want to maximize fertility, is to live as naturally as possible. Get out of the city as if you can, like spend time with nature, and spend time away from technology, radiation. Stop keeping your phone next to your balls in your pocket. Keep it outside, hold it in your hand, put it in your bag. All these little things, you're gonna have to do the research on yourself, but keep this in your mind as well. And the last one would probably be just maximize your own self improvement, because if you are at the peak of your life in terms of your achievements and your mental health, that will not, so that will cause your children to not to be healthy essentially. If you're healthy, your children will be healthy. If you're messed up, your children will be messed up. Like, and it starts with your sperm. Like, it's messed up, your children will be messed up, and like the chain will forever go on. So that's all, guys. 8 reasons why you'll never have children, and most of you will not have children. That's a fact. Maybe even I won't, but these are just the reasons you need to keep in mind, and take action on it to the best of your ability. Take care.